is supporting, his son who, Zaire, I think it's Zaire, if I'm not mistaken, correct me, is supporting his son, being transgender and, choosing a different sexuality. And I thought as a parent, as a father, that, that is fucking amazing, man. Amazing. Because you're supposed to support whatever it is your children choose to be in life. That's a real father. And you got motherfuckers in here who gonna say, oh, if my son was this, he would. If my son was that, he. Nah, man. Shut the fuck up, man. And it had me thinking.
Shalom, I give all undergoing praises to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI BAHASHAM Rakakwadash. Like give double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to our sincere brothers pushing this world across the four corners of the earth. And this lesson just going into an ex-NBA player by the name of Dwayne Wade. He was on the Ellen DeGeneres show the other day, and he's proudly supporting his son to become classified as a female and go by the name of Zaya. And how him and Gabrielle Union are proud supporters of the LGBTQ plus community. Just pure madness. But our people don't understand, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Hispanics, and Native Americans today, who compose of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, the Most High's chosen people out of all nations. The majority of our people do not understand that it's a guideline that the Most High gave us to abide by. And one of the main guidelines is going to homosexuality. How he don't want our people to become familiarized with the ways of homosexuality. But due to our people being stiff-necked, just hard-headed, want to do what they want to do whenever they feel like it's convenient for them, so they become strayed. And therefore, that's why we're under these curses till this day. That's why we're catching hell as a total nation until this day, because we wrote the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High Yahweh. And this is one of the main commandments that our people till this day are breaking. And this is Deuteronomy, the 23rd chapter, and the 17th verse. There should be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. So our people are supposed to be a holy people, and we're supposed to be going through that homosexuality route. The Most High, he hates that. It's an abomination to him. So as representatives of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, we hate it too. And we're going to speak against it as well. No matter what this society try to push us out, try to make it seem like it's okay. Well, nowadays you have these so-called hardcore gangster rappers, and they coming about and saying that it's okay now, or it doesn't have anything to do with me, because they are paid to say these things and to mislead our people. They want to continue to push out the homosexual agenda because that's a part of that New World Order scheme. So there should be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. And that's just plain and simple. You can't get around it. So a lot of the people are waking up about what's going behind closed doors in Hollywood. Like things going on with those Hollywood parties, they be having those big mansions. Light is being shed, what's going on behind closed doors, because we're at the end of this so-called white man's empire. So truth is just springing out now. So a lot of our people, they go into the ways of Esau, and to become higher up in this society, especially going to it with these celebrities, you have to make sacrifices. And to go more in depth, you have to make those blood sacrifices. Just like on the right-hand side, how we make sacrifices to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI by sacrificing our time, by sacrificing time spending with our families and loved ones, by sacrificing our jobs, our careers, our livelihoods, just for the sake of teaching and doing this work of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. So that's that righteous sacrifice that's appeasing to him. On that left-hand side, which is the left hand of the Most High, going to Esau, and Esau has the mindset of Satan, where he trickles on down to 2/3 of the nation of Israel to follow his ways. And you have them, they make those sacrifices on that left-hand side, that sinister side. So in this case right here with Dwayne Wade, instead of just like making blood sacrifices, I'm pretty sure he probably did, I'm not sure, but they also sacrifice their kids as well. So by not making a blood sacrifice on your child, you just have your child being sacrificed as becoming a homosexual and being exploited out there into the world, and let everyone see that shame. So that's part of that left-hand sacrifice as well. And this is Jeremiah 32:35. And they built the high places of Baal, which is another name for Satan, which are in the valley of the son of Hinnom, to cause their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire unto Molech, which is another deity, a satanic deity at that. This is our people, the Israelites, back in the ancient times, was passing their sons and daughters through the fire unto Molech. They was making those blood sacrifices. So nothing is new under the sun. And they still doing this stuff till this day. But now in more cases, you have a lot of our people, they sacrifice, some of their loved ones, but they also sacrifice their loved ones by becoming homosexuals. Case point, Will Smith did that to his children. And now you see what Dwayne Wade doing to his son now. So to cause their sons and their daughters to pass through the fire unto Molech, which I commanded them not. Neither came it into my mind that they should do this abomination to cause Judah to sin. So their abominations, that's that filthy, wicked act that the Most High hates. Homosexuality. You can't get around it. He hates that. So on the right-hand side, the more that we have to appease to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI with our righteous sacrifices, by making our bodies as a living sacrifice, by giving up our livelihoods, our careers, our goals that we once had, and following the ways of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, it's like levels to that. We got to continue to keep going further and further to make our calling and election sure. But on that left-hand side, with Esau and these other nations and 2/3 of the nation of Israel, they got to continue to appease those demons, to continue to be rich in this society, continue to be famous. They got to do that on their left-hand side by doing those wicked deeds, those sadistic rituals. So this stuff is real. Now this is getting into, this rapper named The Game, and he came out with a statement going to how he probably supports a man can be a father no matter what your child's sexual orientation is. Just be a proud supporter of your child no matter what. So that's that Do As Thou Wilt spirit by Aleister Crowley. And that's what they worship heavily in the Hollywood industry. Aleister Crowley. So, and as you can see with Game, he has that blonde hair now. And that's going to the MK Ultra. You can read into that, where they pretty much mind control. He's supposed to be a so-called hardcore gangster rapper, blood at that. But now he's supporting the ways of homosexuality because they are all part of that homosexual agenda. If he comes up and says anything bad against it, they're going to come down on him. They're going to stop his music sales or stop him from doing concerts, things of that such. So they're going to shut him down right then and there. But also just to prove he's a part of that homosexual agenda as well. Because in order for you to make it in this society, especially in that Hollywood realm, you have to participate in homosexuality. And the more you continue to appease those demons, the more you move up in that Hollywood realm. So this is Proverbs, the 17th chapter, the 15th verse. He that justified the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are abomination to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. So he's saying that it's okay for a little child to become a homosexual, no matter what, as long as you support their child and whatever their child wants to do in their lifetime. So that's pretty much like you letting the children rule over you. That's why the scriptures say that children has to become their oppressors. Because these children are pretty much like the parents nowadays. They make the decisions. So he that justified the wicked and he that condemned the just, even they both are abomination to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. So even right there, you justifying wicked, even if you not a homosexual, but you justify and say, oh, it's okay, that's them, you going off and the Most High will deal with you. Because that's an abomination as well. This is Sirach, 16th chapter, and the 3rd verse. Trust not thou in their life, neither respect their multitude, for one that is just is better than 1,000. So the just in this situation represents the elect of the nation of Israel. And that's why King Solomon said out of 1,000 men, he only found one. So right here it says that for one that is just is better than 1,000. And better it is to die without children than to have them that are ungodly. So it's better not having children in this society where it's ran by homosexuals, witches, and warlocks, and just these evil people running this society, than try to raise children here by the ways of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. So that's why it says right here that, and it is better to die without children than to have them that are ungodly, because these kids nowadays are going to get consumed with the ways of homosexuality because they pushing it out there in the school systems. They making it seem like it's okay, and they doing it at a young age because they know these children are very impressionable. They are vulnerable. So that's why they bring them up at a young age and have them in the school systems between 7 to 9 hours a day, and they are just being programmed by the ways of this world. So that's going off. And this is Isaiah, the first chapter and 4th verse. A sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity. And this is talking about the wicked ones of our people, you Israelites. A people laden with iniquity. So you've been laden, something you've been overloaded with. And that's exactly how our people are, overloaded with the sins and the ways of America. A seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel into anger. They are going away backward. Why should ye be stricken anymore? You revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart faint. All the way from Judah, the so-called Negroes, going all the way down to Issachar, the so-called Mexicans. The whole head is sick. Because majority of our people in the nation of Israel are into this homosexuality. If they're not participating in it, they think it's okay, or they are justifying it, which makes the case even worse for you as well. So the whole head is sick and the whole heart faint. And this is 2 Peter, the 2nd chapter, and the 5th verse. And spare not the old world, but save Noah, the 8th person, a preacher of righteousness, bringing in the flood upon the world of the ungodly. So back then, it was still people being ungodly. So as the hopeful elect, we represent Noah in this time frame, and we are building that spiritual ark. Back then, he was building that physical ark. So now it's more spiritual. And as you can see, only 8 people got saved throughout this flood. Verse 6, and turning the cities of Sodom and Gomorrah into ashes, condemned them with an overthrow, making them an example unto those that after should live ungodly. So we know how Sodom and Gomorrah went out by them participating in ways of homosexuality, bestiality. They were going to all types of sorceries. And look how America's following the same ways. So what's going to happen to America? That should tell you right there that America is going to get destroyed very soon, because America is Sodom and Gomorrah 2.0. And deliver just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, because it vexes your spirit when you hearing these people keep promoting these homosexual ways, and you know that's against the ways of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. So you get vexed in the spirit, and that's the correct and righteous spirit to be in, especially in a society like this. For that righteous man dwelling among them, and seeing and hearing vex his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. So that's why it's important to continue to pray to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI to keep us following the ways of him. Continue to keep our spirits distance from the ideologies of this place, of this world. So that's why it's important to continue to have that connection with YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, especially in a world just ran by wickedness. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. That's starting with Esau and these other nations, and 2/3 of the nation of Israel, because you want to be associated with this world, therefore you're going to die along with this world. And it's back in Isaiah, the 1st chapter, and jump down to the 9th verse. So that's why it's so important for the elect of the nation of Israel to wake up, come out of that sleep, come back to who you really are, come back to your true power source. Wake up to who your enemies are, because that's that small remnant that YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI is dealing with. Out of all the billions of Israelites on this earth, he has called us into this ministry, and Lord willing, we be part of that hopeful elect. That's what we're seeking. So except the Lord of hosts had left unto us a very small remnant. So out of all the billions of Israelites, that small number that he's dealing with, YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI always work in small numbers just to magnify his power and his name. So you think about it, the elect of the nation of Israel are really the only true men on this earth right now. Those are the ones that YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI has raised up against the evildoers and the workers of iniquity in this society. Because we are the ones, through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, going against the grain. We're going against the ways of this world, and therefore we're going to be looked at as terrorists or a threat to this society. And that's when Esau going to want to come with his New World Order agenda. We're looking for YAHAWAH's New World Order. So we should have been as Sodom, and we should have been like unto Gomorrah, because it is of the Lord's mercies that we will not consume with the madness, the folliness, the ideologies, the witchcrafts, the philosophies of this world. We're not following the ways of this world. We're not worshiping their holidays. We're not agreeing with this LGBTQ movement. We're going against this whole system. So we could have been like them, but through the mercy of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, by placing the Holy Spirit upon us, we are against the ways of this world. And that's the correct spirit to be in. And it leads me to Zephaniah, the 3rd chapter and 13th verse. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity. The remnant is speaking about the elect of the nation of Israel, those first fruits that YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI has chosen from the beginning, nor speak lies. So as the hopeful elect, through the spirit and power of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, we're not going to speak lies to the people. We're going to give you 100% truth of the scriptures. We're not going to be mindful of your emotions, of what you think, or what you think might be harsh, or things of that sort. Because that's blood on our hands if we mislead our people. So nor speak lies, neither should a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth. And that rapper The Game, by him stating that wherever your child wants to be, you're supposed to support your child no matter what. But we are going to give you the guidelines of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM via the word, how the parents supposed to rule their children. We're not going to be speaking of our own minds or our own opinions, because that doesn't matter. The ways of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM, his mindset, his opinions, his ways matters. For they should feed and lie down, and none should make them afraid. So with that, I hope you all are edified through this lesson. I'd like to give all honor and glory again to YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Hey, double honors again to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to all you sincere brothers. Shalom.
Because I used to be uneducated and an idiot in that, in that aspect of life. I always, when I was younger and shit in my 20s, I used to say, oh, my son gay, I'm going to disown him and I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. But then, as you have more children and as you get older and you get, wise, you start to understand fatherhood is bigger than being an idiot or judgmental, or that's not the way to be a father. A real father supports his children in any aspect of life. And so again, man, to D Wade, my hat's off to D Wade for supporting his son Zaire. I think he wants to be called, or she wants to be called Zaya. And hats off to Gabrielle Union too for being the type of stepmother that she is, man, and stepping up to the plate and being D Wade's rock as far as supporting his son. I think it's amazing. Period. I think it's amazing for anybody to choose to be what they want to be in life and get support from their family in a world where where most motherfuckers is cruel and hateful and spew bullshit, especially on this motherfucking internet shit. Niggas is always negative or want to try to hurt somebody's feelings or bully somebody on the fucking internet. That's why I'm glad I'm the type of nigga that I am, because that shit don't work on me. It don't work on my children. My children know you can't say nothing to my kids that's gonna hurt their fucking feelings, because they built like they daddy. We ain't fucking with that old bully, hurt your feelings, insecure, bullshit ass, hateful shit that people spew out of their mouth all fucking day. We prepared for all that, you know what I'm saying? We built like concrete walls out here, man. We ain't going for none of that shit.